Hello and welcome to today's session of programming. And today we want to try out Claude Code a bit. We are doing a lot of vibe coding again, explicitly only vibe coding. That's my goal for today. Just because I want to try out different coding tools and see how they do, how I can work with them. And what they have in store. So I have a few things planned. Most of them are just entertaining, maybe, hopefully. So yeah, let me check something. Okay, here we go. This is our screen. You can see my screen. So that's where we left off last time. We vibe coded a little AI game with GitHub Copilot and its plugin. Oh yeah, and where we left off last time was I created some issues, not this one, that one. Okay. Yeah, so that's our repository, and I had some agents run all sessions. Yeah. So was that only one? Oh, okay. I didn't merge one, so we can look at that one as well. But this one I already merged. So add oh, come on. It should add a multi-platform build pipeline. So it should build that stuff, the executable file for Windows. And I think for for Windows, Linux, and Mac. And so I merged that. It created something in the POM file to create some kind of a jar with Quarkus, and then it created this workflow for GitHub. Okay, and the cool thing is it starts all of this stuff. It starts Playwright servers, and it all does that online, so we don't have to have anything running. That's what I liked most about it. And we can check. I didn't even check if there was a release. It didn't do a release or anything like that. So let's check our actions. Okay, it ran this one, but it did not. Ah, okay. So we have to manually trigger that. Let's just try that right now. My guess is it will fail, but we'll see. Okay, and the other one, the other agent, should implement streaming AI responses for real-time text display. Okay. So it uses this push mode and uses WebSocket XHR. Yeah, and uses handlers, asynchronous handlers. If something comes back from the AI, that's pretty cool. I hope that's working. Let's see. So we are in the right field. Yeah, no, that's not the one. I think it's just a normal Maven command. Yeah, Quarkus dev, and then we can see if it runs. So let's start with the basics here. This is not the one I want. I would like my vibe coding AI. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm not on the latest commit. but let's see. Let's pull them down. Add GitHub Actions. Show names. So it did that's interesting. So it did not only create one commit, but multiple. That's kind of nice. Yeah. All right. But it doesn't influence the running program at all. At least it shouldn't. We can check our actions right now. Okay, the build in release was successful and it did not create the release. This was skipped for a reason, but I don't know what. Well, we can actually check this out. I think that's a better point to start. So it created this release. I know this is very small now. Can we? Yes, we can zoom in. Because I saw in Google, in YouTube Analytics that most of the people actually watch on the phone. I was surprised by that, but I guess I do the same thing. All right, here we have the our jobs, the matrix for what to build. So the Windows zip, it sets up a JDK version built with Maven, creates a distribution directory, copies the jar in it, and then it does. Is this okay? This is a startup. Oh, for Unix. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, okay, but that's not what I imagined. Why is this so? It's a batch file. I didn't want that. Yeah, I think I have to do some more. But the release part was skipped. So only if yes, I think that's I read that somewhere here that it only creates a version if there is a tag. Yeah, creating releases. So that's one way to do it. In my productive environments, we handle it that way, that we have a main or master branch and a development branch, and the develop branch is where we work on. And as soon as we create a pull request to the main branch, or we merge something on the main branch, it automatically creates a new release and also automatically tags it. Yeah, but that's a different way. That's fine too. I guess that's more manual, I'd say. Okay, so we got that cleared up. We can create a tag later. But now what we really want to see is the running app. So we should see something here, because last time it did already work. Yes, new game to start an adventure. Let's do this. We can enter the hero's name. Let's name him a name where I don't know anybody. I think, well, I know Peter. All right, mage. Let's take a mage, powerful spellcaster. I like that. And all right, yes, and that's what was my main thing. I didn't like it is it waits for the AI to do its thing and then it prints the complete output. So we can look around, and I think, yeah, it will take a few seconds to process it we send it to OpenAI, and then we can move on. I don't like this at all, but it's working, and that's pretty cool. That's what we were going for last time, not this time. Now, I really want to merge this OpenPR. Yeah, let's merge that one. Ready for review. Yes, just merge it. I'm sure it's fine. Is it deleting the branch automatically? No. So that's one thing I really want. I don't know why that isn't a default, but there is this feature. Let's switch off the wiki. Yeah, I don't know. I don't need the projects. Somewhere, yes, automatically delete head branches. So if you merge something, it automatically deletes the branch. That's really useful. Okay, so we merged this. We can now fetch it again, pull it, and then we see. Okay, let's check that out. Nope. Right. Yeah, so what I wanted to show you as well is last time I tried that on-demand AI voice chat that I also vibe code, and it didn't really work. So I did some tinkering, and I think it works better now. Let's see. If anybody wants to participate, write down in the chat what I should ask the AI, and we'll receive an audio answer. Then we can try this. Okay, this is still compiling. Oh, is it working already? Oh no, oh no. This is all right. Okay. Application target, wait for application start. Okay, so it doesn't run right now because it broke something actually. That's a good transition to what we actually want to do today. So Claude Code. I have 3 client versions of it. So there's the web version. There's a desktop version. It's basically the same here as web. And then we have the command line tool, which I already started, but I didn't press any button yet. I think I would like to start with the web tool. I like web so much because I can really tell the AI what to do on my phone, and then do something else, and later on I can check what it did and then go on. So that's really fun for me. But what we really need with Claude to start with is we write a Claude MD. And I already selected the right repository. So I connected my GitHub account to it. And now I want it to write a Claude MD. So yeah, sure. Enable. Yeah. Got it. We want to be notified when it's done. What I have is a max subscription, sorry, where I really have a lot of tokens to spend. But what I found was that it seems much slower than GitHub Copilot. So we'll see how it does in this project, but in another project where I started this with Claude Code, it felt much slower than GitHub Copilot. But what that actually was able to do is that I can start multiple agents from one prompt. So I can tell it to do multiple things in this prompt, and then it will start multiple agents that work simultaneously. That's pretty cool. I don't think that GitHub Copilot did that, at least not in this Visual Studio integration. Visual Studio Code, that's important. I programmed a long time for in Visual Studio, and it wasn't really half bad. But then Visual Studio Code came out, and I thought, well, that's just a really light version of it, and I didn't really see the point until so many plugins came out, and now it's really filled with all the useful and useless plugins. So it's pretty cool tool. Okay, what does it do? It writes, it writes this code, Claude MD file. So it analyzes the existing project and sees the structure, what file is where. So when it needs any information, any context, it will look into that file first and then go on and read the specific file that's needed. But it's supposed to help the AI to speed up its process, basically, and to know a little bit of the complete context. That's pretty useful, I think. Yeah, so we're using Ollama or OpenAI. I wonder if it already catches the error, but I don't think so. It doesn't analyze errors yet, and I will tell it to analyze this error that we got in the console. Great, so it committed that file and pushed the branch, and we can create a PR, or can we just merge it? No. Okay, it's creating this PR, and then we can check it out and merge it. So all it should do is add this file. Yeah, and that's exactly what it did. Wonderful. Review, we don't have to review it, right? Yeah. We merge it, and then this is done. And the branch is automatically deleted. Wonderful. All right, we were in the web version. Oh, we can now try this version. So I had a really bad experience with this client. It was slow and often not responsive. So maybe it will get better eventually. Okay, I'm just looking for the right repository. Ah, yes. Okay, so it's telling me to choose a folder, and I would rather do that on the other monitor. Give me 1 second. Well, go. Okay, so this is working locally, but of course it uses the AI, the LLM that's running online. But what that can do is, it in theory at least, what GitHub Copilot does a lot, it calls some native calls on this machine and not in the cloud. But it also, I don't know if it's creating these branches by default. So let's see. Okay, what we have now is an error, and we want it to fix it. So wow, this is a lot. I think it kept repeating the same error over and over again. But we just need this one. And then we're good to go. This error needs to be fixed, to get fixed. I forgot one thing, to fetch the latest change, because otherwise we don't have our Claude MD file, and we want that. Claude wants that. Okay, let's paste that stuff in. This is ask. Well, can we change? Yes, the language. Here we go. And it's still not saying any. Well, okay. This is ask, this is code, this is plan. We want it to code, actually. Yes, we want to trust the workspace. This is our workspace. And then we wait until the client is responsive again. So you see, this isn't good. This is not good at all. Okay, so I want to show you something. I'm using this on-demand AI voice now. I have a Claude Code Windows client, and it keeps on showing a black screen. What can I do? Okay, so the AI is busy and it will tell me exactly what to do. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's still processing. It's probably not working again. Oh, it's just my
if you're experiencing issues with the Claude Code Windows client displaying a black screen,
yes,
here are several troubleshooting steps you can try to resolve the issue.
You go.
1. Check system requirements. Ensure that your computer meets the minimum system requirements for running the Claude Code client. This includes checking for the necessary graphics drivers and updates. 2. Update graphics drivers. Outdated or corrupt graphics drivers can cause display issues. Make sure your graphics drivers are up to date. You can do this through the device manager in Windows or by visiting the manufacturer's website for your graphics card. 3. Run as administrator. Try running the Claude Code client as an administrator. Right-click on the application shortcut and select Run as Administrator. 4. Compatibility mode. Try running the application in compatibility mode. Right-click on the application, select Properties, go to the Compatibility tab, and choose an earlier version of Windows. 5. Check for software conflicts.
That's
Other software running on your computer might be causing the issue. Try closing unnecessary programs and see if that resolves.
I just shut it down. Okay. What? Oh no, you don't hear it. I just hear it still talking to me. But that's all right. So I restarted the application and now it does something. And it also wants to run some code. Or she's still going. Okay. Now I closed the app, so now it's working. Yeah, so Claude Code also wants to run some commands. That's interesting that it's still saying it does something. And that's actually an issue I had with the command line tool. We'll see that later, because sometimes I just wasn't sure if it's doing anything or not. But we'll allow that. And that's really, really great that it runs some local commands and not does everything in the cloud. I mean, I think it's faster that way. Another thing we'll see that later is that if it wants to execute a command, you can't say, well, always execute this command like Visual Studio Code does. I'm not really sure why that is, but it annoys me a lot. So it says it's executing this command, but does it do it? I have no idea. What does it do? Right? So we don't see any output. Is there a terminal or something? Oh, we can actually make that bigger so everybody can see. But I hope you get what I'm saying here is that I have no idea what's it doing, if it's doing something, and how long. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure it runs that command, and as we could see here, this command never stops. So this doesn't stop as well. And can I just kill this process? I guess over the task manager. But that's not what you want to do, actually. I think. Oh, okay. I didn't kill it. It stopped by itself at some point. It's running in the background now. No, don't wait. All right. Ah, okay. So this time it says always allow for project. That's great. That's what we really need. Because otherwise you will always have to accept and accept and accept. And that's not what we are here for. We want to tell the AI what to do and then, I don't know, go to the beach or something. Yet in Germany right now, you rather want to go skiing or what is it? A sled? Sled riding? I don't know. Okay, it did some things. The error must be happening at runtime. Oh yeah, because it's only it only compiled it. Now it's trying this one again, and it's sleeping 30, I guess, seconds is that, and then checking in on it again. That's much better, because otherwise it will never stop. Great. While we fix that error, we could do something else. Let's see this command line tool. So I'm guessing this is big enough. We want to proceed. We want to trust this one. Let's make that full so we actually see what's going on in the back. Curl, all right. So might not be ready yet. Yeah, I don't think it is ready. I don't think it is. Okay. And so we can have do multiple things, and I don't want, yeah, I want these commands. So I did this last time, the init command, which also just initializes a new Claude file, but we don't need that anymore. We can manage agent configurations. Maybe we'll get into that later. That would be interesting. But other than that, we actually want it to do something. Can we say if we are in planning mode, or if we want to chat or code? I don't think this is the right way. Okay. Is this possible here? File path, background, backslash, yeah, no. Okay. So what I would like to change is maybe have the games stored. Do we store the games right now? Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. Maybe we have a H2. I think I have something in my memory about H2. Oh no, this is not. Okay, we could change the package name. I don't like that at all. But it doesn't store anything. Let's add storage. But for that, I would like to have planning mode. Let's see. Plan how we could store existing games and manage them in the GUI. I would like to have H2 database that is handled through Juke, because I want to see how that works. Use Flyway for schema updates. Do we need anything else? Use best practice for Quarkus. Show me your plan before you begin. So I would like to go into planning mode, but I have no idea how to do that in the console. All right, that's nice. It understood what I wanted to do. Plan mode on. Great. What did this do? Okay, we can simply... Okay. Why? What? Why did it download all the Maven stuff in here? That's crazy. What? I never saw that. Never saw that anywhere. Why? Okay. That's funny. It removed this push annotation. Yeah. That's actually something that I stumbled upon as well. So with a certain Vaadin version, you don't have to, or you can't write that over a few. You have to write it over some shell config, some configurator. So that could actually solve the problem. And to make sure, we just run Maven Quarkus def. I don't know why it doesn't store my last command. That's all right. Right. What does that want? Yes, and okay, so a tree simply wants to read all that stuff. What I found most interesting in this view is it tells you how many tokens it used. I think that's pretty interesting. All right, so we got a couple of warnings. One error. Ah, yes. It's probably because this one is still running, isn't it? I'm sure it is running somehow. I don't like that at all. All right. Anyway, if it's running, so that's good. And we click new game. We say this time it's Johannes, because that's easier. And we want to begin the adventure. And it's still loading. That's already bad. Okay, so there was no streaming at all at this point. We check the inventory and now there's streaming. Okay, so it kind of solved the error. It took quite some time. I probably could have done it even quicker. But that's all right. And I don't want to brag. Only because I know Vaadin by now. I'm pretty familiar with all the quirks. Great. So what it didn't do is it did not stream the initial story. Well, but it fixed the error. That was part of this one. So the GitHub Copilot actually was there to activate the streaming, and that didn't work very well. So it's GitHub's fault. Great. Let's code some more. Let's stream the initial starting message of the game as well. Not only further actions. Maybe, yeah. I think a human would understand it if the human just watches me and understands my trail of thought. Okay, so this is still planning stuff. And that's fine. But like I said, it's not the fastest one. So it takes over 4 minutes already to plan this. Well, okay, one second. So this was more or less 2 actions. Store existing games and manage them in the GUI. So these are 2 separate tasks, I'd say. All right, designing flyway plan. That's great. Juke, okay. And what does that do? So that's much faster because it's in coding and not in planning mode. Just reads a couple of files and then things and edits. Oh no, we should have done a commit, damn it. Now this is all, Okay, but still, so we only want this one actually. And this one I think, yeah, about it. And we don't want that change. Yes. Fixed error. Run error. And now this is the actual stuff about initializing in streaming mode. It's done already? Yes, it is. And it's already started the game. Still, like, how am I supposed to see what's it doing, right? Maybe I'm overlooking something, but this is not really helping. Okay, doesn't seem to work anymore. And so, GitHub Copilot, if it did some change, it always made sure that the system was running afterwards. So it automatically executed Maven Quarkus dev and checked for errors. This one doesn't. Maybe it's not running anymore now. Could be. I don't know. So this one is building. This one, is it still planning? No. Ah, yes. Okay, that's actually something I liked very much. So it says it was planning and it has some points that I need to check. It's just a simple multiple choice, and that's so cool. Yeah, so that's funny. It's basically the same thing I added to this vibe coding game, where you can have a drop down and you can do a lot of preset things, but you also have one free text thing. Okay, compat saves. Should mid-compat saves be supported? Why? Compat isn't a thing, right? It's just a role, and it's one move. During compats, no. Simpler approach. If in compat, either block saving or exit compat. Yeah. Combat and not compat. All right. AI memory. Should AI conversation memory be persisted with saves? Yes, please. Currently, NPCs and companions have chat history in memory. No fresh memory on load. What? Really? Simpler AI starts fresh conversations, but game state is restored. More complex requires additional tables and lang chain for J memory serialization. But that's what No, I want to have the more complex thing. Save list UI, simple list with delete. Save slots, fixed counts. What? Nah. Scrollable list showing save single delete button per row. I don't want to delete anything. Of games. Okay. Submit answers. Now it's doing some planning again, and then it comes down with a solution, and I then can say execute, and it goes. It goes on, hopefully. Yeah. Oh yes. Does it write that down in a file? Because I saw that as well in planning mode, that it's actually creating a file, then we can alter that file and go on. Let's see. We still have an error because this is still already running. Oh, okay, now it is running. Yeah, I think I'll close this one because it's really annoying me right now. I'll check the task manager if there is any JDK running. Some things, just not sure if this is the right one. Yeah. Hopefully my stream won't cut off. Looking good. Looking good. Great. So now we get no answer. Yes. Finally. And okay. Specifically for these tasks, I have this button. Great. Let's close this one up. I really don't like that interface. And especially if it's running something in the background. Great. Verification. Okay. Let's see. What does it want to do? Well, should I read all of this? Is this new dialog, save dialog, load? What load dialog? Okay. I think it did do that. Too complicated. Game persistence service. Okay, yes. ESL context producer. Ooh. Why are button handlers? Oh, I'm excited to see that. But first, I would like to see if the application runs. Okay, so far so good. We'll take Johannes again, this time with a capital O. And it's streaming. Great. Wonderful. Okay. So commit that. Now streaming in your cinema at the beginning of the game. Great. Push that and we're done. And now we can actually execute this task. Clear context and auto accept edits. Yes. Go ahead. So did it? No, it didn't create any planning file. It showed us this one, but it didn't create any file. It also didn't change the Claude MD file or anything like that. Yeah. So I'm just not that happy with all these interfaces. I think this one is the most powerful one so far. But of course, this one just runs in the cloud, and that's what I really want from an AI, to give me the possibility to do whatever I want, and all the computation is in the cloud. Yeah, like I said, you can use your phone for it, and that's a really fun way. And yeah, GitHub Copilot basically gives you that ability in a really, really convenient way. So you just click here and it's writing something. That's crazy. Crazy. While we wait, I wanted to show you this little video. I can put the link in the description next to me right now, because I found it very interesting. It's from Dave Farley, I think his name is. I keep forgetting names. Yeah, and he's saying that basically he's telling about a study that shows that AI in a greenfield project, by starting programming, it really boosts your productivity by, I think he says 50% or something, but that's what most people say right now, I found. Not like 10 times, but 50%, and 50% is a lot, I think. But actually, he analyzed, or a study of him analyzed how easy the code that was created by AI is compared to code that was created by a human. And the study found that there's actually no difference. So whether you are creating code with AI or a human, it's always the maintainability, how easy the code is to understand, is pretty much the same as with a human. And the reason is because AI is pretty simple and it codes in a pretty simple way, and that helps a lot of times because it's easier to understand as well. So I found that pretty interesting. Great, let's go back here. And he already accomplished adding H2, flyway, and Juke dependencies. Okay, I could do that in about 2 minutes as well. Create flyway migration. That is a bigger task. So let's see what it did. Yeah, it doesn't add anything to the git ignore. That's fine. Oh man, and we have to change the name, but we can do that in the cloud with Claude Code again. Let's use that again. Okay, it created a bunch of migration scripts. I wouldn't do that in single files, but that's just my preferred style. So why should I have that many migration scripts just to initialize the database, right? I don't know, but it's thematically grouped. So maybe that helps some people. Oh, still, this I should have changed this name much sooner in the process. Yeah, it basically says, well, we have flyway and migrate at the start. This is the directory. No, the package name, or it's a directory. It's not a package name, where you can find your SQL scripts. And this is, I guess, that's something for here. Right, persistence. It added a bunch of dependencies, H2, Juke, and Quarkus, like it said. The Flyway Maven plugin and the Juke plugin, yeah, code generation, but it did not generate any code yet. Update agent service and in-memory chat memory store. Yes, that's something from LangChain4j. It's needed to put these, all the text that was generated and requested into storage, integrate persistence into game engine. And I'm really interested how they do that with Juke here. So game persistence service implementation. We have the DSL context, which is something from Juke. Yeah, okay. And it saves the game in a transaction, gets the DSL context, then looks for an existing record for this game ID. If it's not existing, it's writing down all that stuff. Delete all related records. Okay. Explicitity is clearer. Interesting. Do we have any cascade here? Guess we... Yeah. On delete cascade. Interesting. Combat stats. I like it. And if it's done, that's good. And then I don't know what it does. Does it try to compile? Does it try to run this whole thing? And yeah, I'm pretty sure it won't adjust the GitHub, the git ignore, sorry. And now this almost lets me suggest that it already started Vaadin again, without me seeing anything. But we can shift tab to cycle. Let's try it. Plan mode on. We don't want that. Accept edits. So what do we do in this mode? Well, we'll wait for it to complete. Oh, all right. I've got a user who asks, as a junior developer, how do I use AI and not hinder my understanding and skills in the long term? That's pretty interesting. That's a really good question. And as far as I'm using AI in a professional environment, is that I always check what the AI has created. So I basically do a peer review for it, right? Because that way you also learn what to do and what not to do, and you need to understand what's being done. And by that, you get a lot of knowledge and get to learn new things as well. So it doesn't hinder your understanding, I'd say. But of course, it's easier to... it's easier if you just read code and say, yeah, that's totally understandable, that this if is there and this for loop is here and stuff like that. It's much more difficult to write it yourself. The question is, will you need to write it yourself in the future, right? Or will you just tell the AI? I mean, you can break down the AI prompting in very small packages as well, right? So you can tell the AI, well, I have a list and I want to sort it by the name property and return it as a list, right? And then the AI will create you a short code snippet and you can use that. And why would I need to completely understand what's happening there, right? So I mean, I'm not totally sure if this is all the best interest, but the way I see it, we went from assembler to C to C++ and to Java and all these high languages, and we don't need to understand what assembler code is being written, right? Or being executed. And you could say the same thing with AI coding, that this is just one more level up, right? And you don't need to understand all the way down what happens. You just need to have a rough understanding for it. Yeah, but it really doesn't hinder you at all. I think you might become lazier, and you should work against that by really writing your own code from time to time, or really get into these peer reviews and check exactly what it does. Yeah. But I think overall AI is very useful for us as coders. Even if you don't vibe code, you don't have to vibe code all the way. You just simply can take some parts, let the AI write some classes that you write very carefully, that you describe very carefully in the prompt. And then this is enough. Okay, we want to continue. Okay. He says, got it, AI is just an abstraction. Well, yeah, you could see it that way, and I do that right now. That's my current understanding. Maybe I'm gonna focus more on system design and problem solving. Yeah, that's basically as I see it. So the way I can code right now is basically I'm writing. I worked in projects where we have Jira, and the project, I don't know how it's called, the team lead or the person who is responsible for the project. This one creates tickets, and then the developers take the tickets. Usually there's a bit of communication, some talking involved, and then everybody understands what should be accomplished with that issue. And then the developer starts writing the code. And so what you can do here is you basically write the ticket and the AI writes the code for you. So yeah, in a way, it's more abstraction level higher. And I think that's a really cool way, the direction it's going. On the other hand, there are a lot of people who really like this digging down into the code base and understanding every bit. But these people are needed as well, I think, still, just because you will have bugs that are not fixable by any AI just because they are new or something like that. But even with these problems, usually AI can help you find or locate the problem pretty fast. I had really good experiences with that. with like copy and pasting error messages without any other context, but what could this error message mean? And then it gives a bunch of possible causes, and then you'll find the bug. All right. So it's still throwing errors. It wants to compile. Yeah. So it failed to compile. Failed to clean because we're probably, yeah, this is still running. So maybe it's not the best solution to have two simultaneous IDEs open. But this is the issue. Okay, no, that was my fault. Okay, it said that it would use the bash, so that's good. For once, it told me what it does. So I'll probably deinstall the Claude Code desktop app. That's really useless, in my opinion. The CLI is pretty good, but where I want to go is this one, the cloud. Yeah. Okay. We're still waiting for it to fix bash command. Well, okay. I want to not always have to say yes, just do it. So we tap to add additional and tell yes, and just do just say yes to all the following commands. I don't want to have to press buttons all the time. I don't know if that's a good command, but maybe it will understand it. No. Of course, it doesn't understand what I want, but it does what I want. So that's the essence of it. Okay, another question. Is there a difference between the different platforms of Claude? What I mean is that is Claude Code better than Claude Web or desktop? Yeah, that's what I basically mentioned in this video a lot. So I simply tried 3 clients. This is the CLI, which I like very much because you have pretty good understanding of what it does, and you have a nice input field with commands. So if you press / then you can do different things. The other one is the desktop client, which is working, but I never saw what it does. So it ran the application in the background, but I didn't see that anywhere. And then we have this one, the web interface, which I like very much because it's running in the cloud. So you tell it to do, you tell it what to do. It does that. It enables you to create a branch. It creates a branch automatically, and then it enables you to create a PR with one click, redirects you to it, and you can merge it or not. And that's what I want. I did not try the Visual Code plugin. Maybe that's something I should try as well, because the plugin for GitHub Copilot is really very good. I know I keep repeating myself here, but I like it a lot. Great. It baked for 11 minutes and did a lot of stuff. But the question is, does it run? Okay. This one I want to ignore. We don't want to have that in our repository, but other than that, everything is fine. These are the Claude settings. We want that in our repository. And now we simply want to run it. Let's see. I don't think this is our program. Let's kill it to make sure. And then we can start our Quarkus project again. def, and we're good to go. I'm excited if if it does work or not. All right, it does some juke stuff, right? That was juke. Juke, yes. Thank you for using it. Does it generate? Maybe it generated some classes already? No, not yet. But at some point it must generate classes, I think. Right, where are all these classes? Okay, there are errors. Fly migration is... okay, this is not working. Let's check out, does it? No, it didn't create a README. That's quite weird, I think. GitHub Copilot also didn't by default create a README. I would like that. But maybe that's just a preference. Good. We have a problem and we want the AI to simply fix it. And that's what I keep repeating. GitHub Copilot would have found that very fast without any issue. This one did not. Fix this error. And then I can right click and it pastes this text in. Now it sends a lot of tokens and then receives a lot of tokens, and we will be done. So after that, if we get it running again, I have to stop for today. Yeah, thanks. I can't pronounce your name. I'm really sorry, but I'm not gonna attend it to not butcher your name. But thanks for attending, and thanks for chatting. Have a good night. Yeah, I will go to sleep soon as well. I just want to fix this, or at least like bring it to an end. I deleted the data folder. Oh, okay, and now it's... Nah. Run it, okay. So let's do that. Then we don't have to switch context. Don't have to switch tools. Well, yes. And don't ask again. Oh man, I just see that the little flickering you see around me is my green screen. And I keep thinking of the term bad hair day. So like a lot of people get bad hair days and the hair just doesn't sit tight. And today was a bad green screen day for me. And I keep having these days where I have to adjust the green screen just right to don't make me transparent, but put the green in transparent. But sometimes it simply doesn't work, and that's today, unfortunately. But I guess you'll survive it. I mean, there's just little green here, so shouldn't be too distracting. All right, it's working. It's doing some stuff. Generating table. Now it's generating tables. Yeah, but not classes. Really excited to see. In theory, Juke doesn't need these entities, right? Because I'm using Hibernate a lot of times, but Juke doesn't use those. But what Juke... yes, okay. What I would use with Juke are these table definitions, basically, where you have enums or, I don't know, constants that say, okay, there's a table called game saves, and there is a column that's named hero name, and then this is type safe. But what Claude Code did here is just type in the string. I'm not a fan of that. It didn't even use any constants in this class. And that one is a big one. Oh, wow. 600 lines of code. I'm not sure if that's a good style. Ha! I found it funny. Great. Quarkus is running all migrations applied successfully. That's what you're telling me, but if that is truly right, okay, this works. Yes, okay. I imagined it very differently from Claude Code. I imagined a list of games on the left side. If you, if this isn't the first time you watch my stream, you will know my AI game that I manually coded. And there I had this sidebar where all the games are displayed. Anyways, we can say, well, Johannes, this time he's a rogue, and we can begin another adventure. Johannes the rogue. The early morning casts long shadows across the cobblestones of the village square. I think most of the adventures start this way. Anyways, we want to check the inventory for whatever reason, and we can't save until it's done. I like that. So we save that game, Johannes Village Square, we save it. Game saved. Now we say Bernd, and he's a warrior, of course. But now this story is very boring about Bernd, and we don't find any save games. Come on! Okay, so that's where we leave for today. It's not loading anything, but it's storing stuff, so come on. That must be good enough for today. First attempt to store games. Not finished. Great. Okay, that was it for today. If you have any idea how to use Claude Code in a better way, maybe I did something very wrong, then please let me know. I would be very, very thankful, grateful. But for now, I wish you a great rest of the evening or great rest of the day. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what I do, please subscribe and like that stuff. That always gives me good feedback. Yeah, hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.